Hey Mike, how's it going? I went to go turn on the microphone, I tapped it, and it's just like, nope, not turned on, that done. Roll back behind the computer, unplug it, and plug it back in, then it's like, oh, okay, I recognize it now. I guess I should have tested it before I started, but... you know, whatever. I'm pretty much learning that I should, just start streaming, because if I just start streaming, then I tend to get stuff done. And if I don't just start streaming, well, I'll find a million reasons to not stream. Getting rid of a few extra lights, because I set some up to try to take a picture and discovered it wasn't even a good picture, but more importantly, Poppet actually needs the darkness for this game to work. She can't stand in the light the whole time. It does not work. Yeah, sorry about the sound. It's just, I don't know, I was just like, oh, look. When I boot my computer, I always turn the microphone off by just tapping it, because a microphone, you can just tap to turn it off, and I assumed that it would work. And, what a crazy assumption to assume you could turn it back on, right? That Poppy's an edgy girl, pretty much. Well, what happened here, like... Show you what I mean, why she needs the darkness. A little loud in my ears. Oh, let me get her HUD back up. That HUD that I need to rework, but I just don't know what I'm gonna need in the HUD, so I've just kind of left it as garbage, but I will fix it so it's better later. Guess I could have dragged it over the screen. Oops. I'm just reconnecting this one line I broke intentionally. So... now the Hierophant, you can see all these things that are flying around all crazy and weird. And you use it, and she's in the light. It slowly drains away, you know, her curse power there. But if she doesn't go back into the darkness at any point, she basically just runs out of curse power, and then she can't use it ever again, so she can't bypass the area. And in theory, she could actually just, you know, go back to these doors, because by this point she would have this key. I mean, I don't have the key on me right now, but it's whatever this key is. But... so she has to spend a lot of time in the darkness. Also, I need to fix the model, because ever since one day it just decided that the dress keeps messing up, so... very weird. So she has to go back and get it, you know, back going. As long as she's in the darkness, I have it rigged that she'll actually just, it'll last long enough. Like, it won't actually ever run out, but then it gets really hard to see, so it's kind of a challenge. Guess I also need this up, too. But yeah, since all of her powers are based upon the whole, the curse thing there, if she doesn't have it, she can't even progress, so it's like, not very useful here. Also not very good at this jumping either. Yep. Microphone's in the way. There's another problem here this is broken here, where the curse doesn't work anymore as soon as she's died. So I don't know what that is, and I was trying to figure that out, because it's obviously a pretty big problem. Which is kind of where I was at right now, where I was trying to figure out what's missing. Like, something is currently staying on. And I'm assuming it's this in darkness thing. Because the way this works, let me double check this here. It's been a while. Oh, this thing will work. I think it's actually lights or something like that. Yeah. A protector light? That doesn't seem right. Okay, a light parent should probably have something along the lines of what I need. Okay. So inlight is the thing that actually keeps track of stuff. Basically just checks the distance to the player and whatever the attenuation radius is, and if it does, it contacts the player saying, hey, you know, add me to the thing that says I'm in range. Then it goes to in light on the player. Actually, never mind. The in darkness here is the event on the player. In lights just causes the thing to loop again. Technically, both these could actually just go to the same one, but I have it split for simplicity's sake. Then it goes to in darkness here. In darkness checks the range, and then the actor there, and if it's within the range, like they have to check there, then it does true, and then it adds to there. For some reason, I'm not actually adding the boolean to it. I guess it's just doing this here, and if they just happen to be in there, it's fine. And it removes it if it doesn't. And then at the end, I just check the length of this array. And if the length of the array is essentially null, like 0, then what it's doing is it'll turn in darkness on, because then it means she's in no range of any of the lights. Needs to happen is this needs to be reset, and I'm wondering if in darkness is still on. But I'm also going to make another check here. I'm going to make certain that this is still triggering. I might have already done this, but I don't remember, so... in darkness. And we'll make this yellow. Yellow sounds great. Duration, just like 1 second. It doesn't gotta keep staying. Part of that explanation is also to remind myself how I did it, because I don't remember exactly. This is not actually a pool, it's just a flat thing I put, because I'm going to put a pool in there later. Or I'll just put some like space underneath it. Oh. You know, it'd be really easy to see the messages if I didn't disable them. I have the messages here to disable and enable, and I just drag to whichever one at the start, whichever I need, in case I want to take a screenshot or something. Saves a lot of time and effort. I feel as though we're in darkness. Well, they would go away if she, They're only not supposed to last a second, so it's still triggering over and over, but as you can see, she's not cursed anymore. Oh, cursed is solved. The curse solved, she can just leave the whole place, no problem. Done and done, game over. So, we know this is happening. I guess print to screen actually does exactly the same thing, so it really doesn't matter. I don't know why I switch to string every time, just kind of do. Somewhere the information is just incorrect. True, false, perfect, perfect. True. So she's in darkness, it says so. Okay, so that's not what's breaking. So let's see, that means that the event that's checking for if in darkness is a thing. Oh, I think I have an idea what happened here. Let me double check. I think I had double variables for whether or not she was dead. Yeah, right here. A lot of times I go back and simplify this stuff later. The funny part is when she dies or when she takes damage, what actually happens is, where is it? There's an interface that runs player damaged, and the player damaged runs all this crap instead. This doesn't actually run here, but it runs all this, and then if she actually has taken lethal, then it runs player dead. For some reason, I have two different booleans for dead. Like, I don't know why I kept two of them. I'll figure it out. I think at one point I was trying to switch them all to like one variable map instead because I got tired of trying to keep track of everything. Oh, I see. Tells her which animation to play. That did not fix it. I have it like both there, huh? I think the animation thing he doesn't understand this. I actually turned it off already, so it doesn't actually even matter. It wasn't even that. Okay. So this is the post process that's running. Oh, I think I understand now. Do I? Wait a second. Update sanity post process. Where does that get added? I need better commenting. I did this a while ago. The game gets more and more complicated. Oh yeah, the buoyancy things I was gonna make Poppet float, and I haven't been able to figure out how to add that into some other guy's system yet. I just copied a bunch of things in there, and at some point I'll figure it out. Assuming I ever want Poppet to be able to swim. I don't know if I do, to be honest. Need like a sanity check. So where in the world is it checking the sanity thing? Resource regeneration here. It's just looping that. I really need to go through and just adjust this so it looks like or make it less ridiculous. So somewhere in here, it's failing. Sanity update 1. By putting it after this, I can assume that this runs correctly. And if it never reaches the Sanity 2 thing, then I will know that it in fact breaks somewhere in there, and we'll narrow it down. I don't want to go through and put it everywhere in that one just to find out if it had nothing to do with it. So let's narrow it down. Come on. True. You think at the top is going along and turning them both? False. True. Little update thing, he's not appearing at the top at all. So what's happening is when she dies, it doesn't run the update sanity thing. Can I have a custom event here? No. Well then. You can't have more than one output. That's obnoxious. Really? Well, that's lame. I was just trying to avoid having to drag all the way over there, but I guess I gotta drag all the way over there, so... Alright. It's messy, but I don't actually have any, like, if it's on the regular blueprints, I could have just, you know, done custom events or made little functions or something like that, but since we're inside of a function, I guess I can make a macro. But it's just a macro connecting a line, so that seems kind of ridiculous. Actually, I might not want to connect it to that. I might want to connect it to just output. Actually, that's true. I do. Oh well. Output instead. See, Yui's all about programming in squiggly lines. Anyone who says different, guess just hasn't done enough weird, janky Yui stuff yet. Give a little time, everything will be a squiggly line. I really gotta replace this floor with just the landscape. I'll probably do that soon. Unless I really do want to make holes in the floor, which I could actually technically do. It works again. Isn't that nice? Yay! We solved that problem. Well, that's solved. Let's remove all these stupid print strings here. And then I think this other stuff was just completely unnecessary. That's the dialogue system, not unnecessary. Well, kind of unnecessary at the moment, but wait, I'm looking for the death stuff. I think all this was just unnecessary. I'm gonna crop it out and see if it is. And delete it if it is, but we shall see. And maybe I'll make holes in the floor. Like I kind of want to do landscapes so that I can have more, like, you know, edges and stuff. Make them not like edges, but I mean making them less squared off. I don't know about that, because landscapes are notoriously heavy. I already have one landscape, and well, last time I tried multiple landscapes, it caused all manner of glitches and I had to redo the entire map. So yeah, Yumi's landscape system is really cool, but they really intend for you to have just one. I might still try for another. It's true, I might. I am like that. Built different, as they say. This is in fact a brush, so I can do this. If I do that, what I could do is I could do what I do out here. I could actually just use these little cartoon lakes, turn it black, and then just have a kill plane underneath it, like I currently have out here. It's like, I think this right here. Can't even click it. Kill plane. I have a lot of kill planes apparently. Moonlit Garden kill plane, yeah. I got lots of kill planes that are just sitting around here, so I could technically do that. It would look better. The problem is, if I do that, I have this underground area here. I'm gonna turn the lights back on so I can see better. I do have to design a lot in the dark because of the whole game-eating darkness thing, but I was going to have a floor directly underneath. And if I put holes in the floor, what happens is part of this will be not visible. I mean, it'll actually go into this floor, so I need to potentially lower this floor if I do that. But this floor won't even be in the demo. And there is actually nothing stopping me from lowering the floor and just reducing the landscape heights too. Ooh. I think we won't worry about the future, we'll just do the present because, you know, why not? As far as I know, this bottom area, I don't even know when this happens in the game, and maybe they'll just kind of loop together and, you know, you'll be able to unlock this lower area. But it was really, we were just going to do this area here and then go out into this area for the next thing. At least that's what I thought. I guess it's possible I could do up and, like above and below during the same thing. The only problem with that is, though, is I'm trying to make a demo that I can release so people can, you know, I can build funding for the game. So I don't think I need that because I just need like 10 to 20 minutes, and I guarantee you just this one floor for a tiny doll will take 10 to 20 minutes. Probably take half an hour. Okay, I guess we'll geometry it first. Well, the landscape would look so much cooler. Alright, fine, we'll use a landscape. Ugh. Worry about the future later? Fine. New landscape. New landscape. Over there. I have a backup of the game. If it comes down to it, I'm golden. I'll live. Maybe 6x6. I thought they were the same size as the grids when I made it, but maybe not. But I could have sworn. Bit of coughing fit there. Oof. I'm allergic to game dev. Ah. Let's see if we can get this zoomed just right. Moving it once you've already made it is significantly slower than moving it before you've made it. Presumably, if I match it with the walls, it should be the right size. Because originally I did have landscapes at all the levels. Okay, that looks like it's pretty good. It's a little bit bigger than it needs to be, but I can also erase part of the side. What about over here? Is it curled over this one? Goes a little over. Fine. I had a material for this. I know I did. But where? Might be under that. Those are just regular floors. Where did I put this thing? Maybe under textures? Yeah, there we go. Create it. Nice. And we'll just get rid of this brush. This should make it look a lot better. Now that I decided the warehouse doesn't have to obey any kind of laws of physics or anything, I can get away with a lot. Like, instead of using that crap, we can just grab a cartoon lake. We'll do this. Doesn't need to be this big, but I'll shrink it in a second anyway. The world's flooding, no! Warehouse climate change happened. Oh, warehouse climate change. The thing. Apparently. Whole bottom area is flooded. Hope they have insurance. Not, well, whatever. This will look much better than the crap I was using too. I can actually just push this below because it's just a kill plane. True. Actually, I'm going to leave it where it is for now because I want to resize this thing to be around the same size. A lot of these cartoon things don't work very well because they were made for UE4 and the guy never updates it, but the lake one still works okay. What we're going to do is we just need to push it below. The darkness thing, you can be below that, I guess. It doesn't really matter. And then what we're going to do is go back to landscape mode. I saved those so I don't kind of remember all the things I just did. In case I have to redo them. No. Unreal Engine is notorious for breaking. Visibility. No, it doesn't need to be that big, but thank you. A little smaller here. Little mini Venice going on here. Venice is sinking. Oh no. Rip Venice, nobody liked you anyway. Normally I would probably give a little bit of like leeway on the sides here, but my problem with that is Poppet can often stand on things like that. She's so tiny. So you really don't want Poppet to be able to just stand on things. I'll do this and move this over here so I can have a bit more of a lake. I don't want her to have anything to be able to jump onto here, so she has to actually complete the way. Something like this. And then let's switch back to the other one. We'll expand upon this here. Honestly, it connects to this other lake on the other side, so I probably could just do that, but... I don't know. Same thing with this one. Actually, these things, the landscape is slightly too high up because these things were like a problem like right below it. Yeah. I move the landscape down a small fraction. Nice. Box brushes are really notorious for moving very slowly. Why can't I move that? Okay. Let's knock it down to maybe a few points here and see where it goes. We'll knock it down to 8. Rebuilds the navigation, sure. Does that fix the road problem? There we go. Little concern there. Still struggling if you want to actually game dev, huh? Just can't find that project that just, you know, speaks to you? Or at least a game jam that's good enough to keep you amused for a while? I really thought this would change color more than it's doing. Might need to use a different material. Definitely looks better now with the broken floors and stuff than it does with the other. So it's definitely worth the change, but... yeah, I mean, really it's just about finding that game that you always wanted to make. I mean, so many people tell me, oh, you gotta make a bunch of tiny little games, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I don't want to make a bunch of crappy little games that are not the game I want to make. I'm gonna make the game I want to make, and if no one likes it, whatever. At least I made the game I wanted to make. That's how I find the drive to keep doing it. I make the game I want, instead of the game other people would like me to make. Which, to be fair, I think the game everyone would like me to make is some crappy survival, open world survival game with crafting and stuff. Don't get technical. That seems to be what people really seem to like. But I hate those. I wouldn't play those games if you paid me, so... Find the game that speaks to you. Hellplane. Hellplane Darkness. Can't click it because it's got no soul apparently. I could use what the kill plane uses for water. It probably won't look as good, to be honest, but maybe it would. What do you use for water? Swamp. Like this, and then... I mean, that looks pretty good. That looks more like what I'm aiming for, I guess. Well, kinda. It only flows in one direction at that point, though. The other one has a better flow to it. Yeah. I know it's possible to change the color. I thought just changing those would do it, but it does not seem to be doing it. Maybe the kill plane below it's actually screwing with the color. I'm just gonna delete it. I'll add it later anyway. It definitely helps the color some. Yeah, I mean, I learned a whole bunch of mechanics for what RPG Maker and, you know, later on this purely because I decided to do some weird projects that just kind of turned out to be fun. And one of them turned out to be the game I'm working on now. Wasn't originally that way, but I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? It helps to really just have a reason, like something that you find fun. Like, I mean, game dev is... It's a long road. It's a long, lonely road. And if you aren't enjoying what you're doing, you're not going to make it. It's really not the case. I mean, it doesn't pay terribly well, especially starting out. Your chances of success aren't that great. So if you don't like actually doing it, like if it isn't just something you just wake up and go, I want a game dev. Yeah. Not going to work out. So... I just think it's better to work on the game you've always wanted to make. I was actually confused by the shadows there. I thought the shadows were actually landscape. Actually, I thought that was part of landscape. I'm like, why can't I delete it? Why is it coming back? No, it's the shadows. Also, Unreal Engine is just fun to play with. Like, people play all these weird buildy games. Here I am, you know, saying I wouldn't play one of those, but what am I really effectively doing here but playing a buildy game? The only difference is at the end of it, I would have a game that other people could play, besides, you know, unlike the other people who just have, like, the, a save file of, oh, I constructed this in here, it's so cool. Is it, though? Because nobody really cares. I mean, nobody really cares about the game either, but I can pretend. Yeah. I mean, there is definitely what the whole Johnny Depp quote like that from Pirates of the Caribbean, it's what a man can do and a man can't do. And that's all that really matters. It's like, you know, yeah, okay, you know, all these things are really cool and you could want them, but can you really do them? Or are you just, you know, setting an impossible goal? When I started, could I do all these things? No. I did a lot of time in the trenches to even reach this point, and even there's plenty of things now I still have no idea how to do it, but... Pretty much, Jay. I got so confused too. I thought I was just painting, like, you know... I'm painting nothingness, basically, but... It's hard to tell that. I might actually... Do I want to bend the floor down here? I mean, I actually could actually, cut some holes in the floor a bit here. Make it a little more jagged intentionally. Do I have my favorite brush? Oh, I gotta find it. Blah, 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 blah. Where is it? I think that was what... Yes, yes, perfect. Doesn't really do much on this one from what I can tell. I think I might actually add some back. The landscape system doesn't let you completely get too crazy. It does let you get a little crazy, though. Question is, would it look better if I bent it down? Maybe. And now it's like more of a shore. And I'm obviously going to have a different area below it to catch the player effectively. What I don't get is why I can't switch it to, like, black. I mean, like, I'm more of a darker thing. It's just blue for some reason, but... they're not really changing the way I want them to, which seems so weird. I want it to be partially blue, but mostly just black. I'm assuming it must be the M-Water base. We'll call this curse, right? This curse is its own thing here. I can only assume the material itself is the problem. Those are params, though. Oh yeah, landscape's all kinds of fun. This the parameter I can change. I'll think about it. For purposes of what we're doing now, it's perfectly fine. Because I'm just gonna retool it to look cool later anyway. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do this. I'm putting it back a bit. I think I'm just gonna use the regular normal one here, because not Alt, Shift. That's when you give a little back because I'm gonna bend it down. That. I almost wonder if it would be a little bit better for something like this, a little more on it. Yeah, so it's a little smoother. I guess it's like weird warped boards, so I guess it doesn't gotta be that smooth. That's true. It really doesn't gotta be that smooth. Visibility back. Nope. Want to add some, not take it away. Then we sculpt. Now I'll figure out what goes underneath later. besides a kill zone. I might actually program a kill zone directly into it too. I also need to rework Tinka's paintings because they're from a time when I was going to have to go through them to go to different worlds, but yeah, I don't know if that's going to be in here. I just was trying to figure out how that was even going to fit with the story, and it just makes her seem too powerful. And asks too many questions in the process. It's like extra stuff that doesn't need to be here. I see. Well, we should fix that. We don't like that. This is like the ground floor stuff here. Do I even want that there? I don't even know. Maybe? Originally I was going to do some sort of weird pathway through here, but the reality is it's blocked anyway, so I don't even know why this road needs to be here. Right? What's it really doing? Do I want to leave the boards here, or do I want to put this kind of ground there? I guess this area has mostly this kind of ground, so... you know, I'm thinking about that. I might want to do something different. For now, we'll leave it, because I just want this to be a kill zone. I'm also over here. This is now its own giant thing. This didn't look anywhere near as good with them being squared off like that. But it will soon. I have to remember those shortcut keys I could be clicking. I always forget about them. I wonder if this will make it look any better. I'm about to find out. Kinda. I do have to be a little careful here. I don't want them to run through the door and immediately die. But I do want them to be kind of locked off from everywhere else, so it's not like they don't have all this extra space. Okay, that's just weird. I'm not going to use that one anymore. I'm just going to use the normal one. I guess it doesn't really matter on this. I don't plan on them going to this room anytime soon, so... I want all the little stakes to be in the water. I might just swap this out for that really gunky looking water instead. I mean, sure, the wave pattern's not as good, but they're in, like, the darkness, you're fighting some bosses. You're really gonna sit there and stare at the wave pattern in the water? Really? Is that what's happening? I don't know, I've had some people sit there and critique some of the things I've done where they just stared at some of the weirdest things for, like, 10 minutes, and it's like, why? But why? The average player is going to look at this for like 5 seconds. I mean, you know, it kind of is. And I'm just reminiscing because there's people who definitely I've encountered who are just, we'll call it the whole feng shui of the room thing. Like I remember, it might have been Drifty who was watching, could have been someone else, and they were doing a review of this game, and I swear for the first 15 minutes they were critiquing the layout of the first room. Here's what happens with a normal player. As soon as you give them control, they immediately loot anything they possibly can, talk to anyone they think is actually important, and then leave. Nobody spends 15 minutes talking about the feng shui of the room. It's just very weird. I'm like, don't care. I always tell people when you're designing a room, don't worry about it, okay? Most people aren't going to spend very long in there, only as long as they have to. If you make the room really exciting, okay, make it look a little nicer, but otherwise, you don't really got to do that. Obviously, the rooms in this need to be a lot more exciting because Poppet's tiny and it takes you a long time to progress through them, but if you're making a room in some random house in a town, that room could be a pallet on the ground with a couple pots for them to loot, and the player would be just as happy over it being this thing you spent 8 hours on. Like, yeah, I mean, you could make your stuff look good, but nobody cares. Like, the only people who care are those people who are, like, overly pretentious or something. Like, it's... Players don't sit there and worry about that stuff. They're just there to have fun, and they'll be out of that room soon enough. So, just don't invest a lot of time in something that isn't going to make a big difference. That's what I'm really saying here. And a lot of the RM people like that they get really into that, and I hate to break it to them, but you know, they're making something in RM, so right off the bat the graphics aren't going to be the best part about the game anyway. So you should probably just add more gameplay and less worry about your graphics. I'm a guy who worried about RM's graphics way too much, let me tell you. Yeah. Don't do that. Well, that does look kind of nice. And I could try to get it, I don't know why it's having its problems, but I could just try to make it all cool. However, it's like M Lake or something. Could just go to the kill zone and find that too. Well, that's just black. That's just cheating. And don't get me wrong, black looks okay, but I did keep one good. I'm swamped. Oh, I see. I turned it into but I have an idea. That idea is, first of all, go back to this. And delete this other one here. And what I'm going to do is watch it all freeze, maybe? I don't know. And I thought it froze. I was like, that sucks. Real instance. Actually, the curse kind of has a weird purple tinge to it. I wonder if I should do that. But a really dark purple. Might be a bad decision. Whatever the case, I can keep tweaking the colors, doesn't really matter. Well, I'm pretty certain I put that on the wrong one. Yep. Not that it looks that bad. But I don't want the water outside to be this weird curse stuff. This is just in the actual warehouse itself. Also, let's turn the lights off because they're going to see it in the dark. Yeah, well, I'm not against effort. What I'm really against is wasted effort, because I do a lot of that too, and I know should know better, but I still waste a lot of effort. And you know, you can focus on the portions of your game that matter the most. Oh yeah, if you're dropping 10K on RPG Maker, you're doing it wrong. Those 10K worth of graphics in a real engine, like, you know, Unity or Unreal, God, 10K graphics in Unreal is far more than I've invested in this. Look what I have. So, like, if I drop 10K, this would be one beautiful game. I've probably dropped around 1,500 over the course of multiple years just buying random assets. I'm not even using them all in the game. Just as a hobby, I probably dropped $1,500. Almost certain. But not 10K. It's nuts. This might be okay. A slight purplish tinge isn't terrible. I don't really want black because then it might as well just be shadows and stuff. There's also a lot of black in the game already. Yeah, see, that's not bad, because with the ceiling on there, it prevents you from really seeing a lot of it, so the actual slight color difference is actually very useful. Of course, because of the cursed effect, it gets harder and harder to see until it comes back up, but, you know. Even then, I think that's actually fine. I mean, there's a bit of a light underneath it, which I'm not sure what that's from. Maybe it's just a reflection. I was trying to make a different version of Voodoo, but I don't like her yet, so. I kind of got bored doing the AI stuff. Well, it's not even AI, really. It's just, well, I guess it kind of is, but I didn't use the behavior trees anymore. I was using something else, and yeah, it didn't work out the way I wanted. I mean, it worked out, but it's just, yeah. Let me fold these down. I don't like how it just ends like that. I kind of want it to look like it's, like, you know, actually a lake. It might actually have the ability to go into it later when you get one of the right tarots for it. I'm not 100% certain. That's what I'm trying to decide here. Potentially, I could have the lower section of this area flooded, too, making it a fun water section where you die if you try to go there normally, but if you happen to have the right tarot, you can go in there. Gotta put kill planes in. This is like too big for what I'm doing. That'll work. A lot of people, when they suggest making a game, they always say to go out of your way to make like the crappiest version possible, and then just improve the graphics later. You can test if you like your concept. I'm such a graphics guy, I can't do that. But I'm sure some people can contain the demon and do that. Kudos to them for containing the demon. I cannot do it. It's just not going to happen. I wish to have this liquid in this room here particularly. I was discussing ideas for this game with someone, and one of the things I thought I should have in this room, the room with the window where you can basically off yourself by jumping out of the warehouse, and thus the curse can't affect you anymore, but you're animated by the curse, so you just die. I'm gonna warn the player, that's what happens too. It's pretty funny. But I was gonna put double jump right there. No, it's a subtle hint. You're gonna go out, you know. Caught with a bang. Don't be a chump. Double jump. I might be a terrible person, but that's okay. I'm square with it, so that's fine. I'm gonna make them earn killing themselves too, by the way. Like they're gonna have to really, you know, get over a bunch of stuff. It's not gonna be easy. This throw-in has to exist in the game because in the original game, the original Game Jam game, her goal was to get to the window and all the toys were stopping her from getting to the window. So, as a throwback, it has to stay important. I guess I'll have some things here so they... Do I have ground underneath it? I guess so, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna have a lot of ground. I'm gonna have a little bit. I'm gonna make them earn it. Some of these rooms that I designed to be kind of normal, I'm gonna probably take out, because I just discovered that I would rather have an entire setup that's just weird. I doubt they're going to spend that long looking at this to see that it's like the absolute perfect thing or anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this so that these actually do stand on there. Like I don't want it to be where, you know, you can't actually stand on it. That's weird. No, no, no. Oops. Nope. Don't go up, go down. Sure. I have to erase these because Poppet will be able to jump on top of this. The advantage of being tiny. Can pretty much move on almost anything. A very real problem. Let's move this lake around a bit here. I mean, it can go underneath the floor. I don't care about that. Just as long as it doesn't stick outside of the building. I'll probably just have them use the Hierophant to get through it, but this is how they get double jump. Double jump will probably break the game. We'll probably have to do a bunch of changes to areas. It's so weird that her dress is ruined by that. It's been driving me nuts forever. I wonder if it's because it's like right on top of her or something. Like, what if I put it behind her or something? No, it still screws up. It's obviously the particle that's messing with it. I need a way to show that you're actually within the range of being cursed, though, so... Works a little better. You'll notice how she vanishes though, but her dress now stays, which is really weird. Like it's coming from her. It's some really bad odor. Jesus. Poor Poppet. You take a bath right here, Poppet. Oh no! Psh. I mean, I haven't put a kill zone underneath. It doesn't really matter, but. Alright. I guess the easiest way is just to put a kill zone underneath it. I might put a fake floor now. Because the problem is if you're down here, you'll look up and you'll see all these things, and obviously this water doesn't work from the other direction. Which is sad. Does it work from this direction? No, it just doesn't. Okay. Might need the underwater material for that, but I'm not going to worry about underwater material because right now at this point they just die from it. But here's the underwater material. I kind of forgot how to set up, but you know, whatever. Probably something really easy. Underwater. Oh, it just needs the underwater post-process. Oh. Is that an O? It does have a thing. Cool. I don't think you can have to. How you've coded it. Double check this. Looks like it works. Oh, the world's flooding again. Whenever someone else codes their stuff, it's hard for me to tell exactly how it's going to work until I just, you know, get it going, but I almost like the idea of this section being underwater. I'll have to redo the landscape for that. You go. Planning whole new areas. Well, if I do that... There would need to be some way it was flooded, basically. But held the water in? I would need to remove the windows from this, probably push it up against the mountainside or something. Raise this lake up or something, so that it looks like this lake is like broken in and flooded the wall here. Put a hole in the wall potentially. Maybe? I don't know. I mean, these windows are just for decoration. There's no way down there yet, technically. Whatever the place. Oh, sure. I don't even know what I'm saying. Something. Whatever the case. There we go. I speak words. I understand. Yes. Not really. I have no idea what I'm saying anymore. Sometimes I think I need better organization. It's probably into this. Kill planes. Just the generic kill plane is fine here. One's fine. Where is it? I should be able to see the edges of it. Explain yourself. I don't see any line moving. What in the world? I guess it's not visible. Or maybe I redid it to be slightly different than previously. Whatever, I'll just get rid of it, I guess. And I just use the kill plane darkness, I guess. At least it'll be easy to see. Yeah, see, that's what it's supposed to do. I'm just going to put it underneath the entire thing. Rather than make a bunch of individual kill planes. If you go far enough down, it just kills you. I'll probably have an effect where Poppet disintegrates instead, but if there's an asset pack that I got for free that has all the stuff to do that, I would just need to figure out how to do it. Essentially what it is you have to swap all of her materials for the ones that disintegrate, and then just, you know, change the material instance, you know, slowly so that it causes her to disintegrate. So not really that hard to do. But that stuff is notorious for having a lot of materials, so I think it's like 60 or something stupid. Alright. Time to go swimming. Not gonna be a long swim. I do need a better death effect for the water, though. That's polish, it doesn't matter right now. There you go, works fine. Goodbye, Crew World! I actually kind of like the way the effect of the curse plays when you're under the water. Yes. Yes. Okay. I might make the underwater post process really dark. That's not really helping. Oh, there's a gamma. I'll try to remove them all. Only here, though. The rest of it doesn't need to be that dark. This one's still the same, right? It doesn't change. Not a global change. I don't think so. Apparently the underwater post process extends all the way out there, by the way. Now you know. We're obviously going to fix that. I have to see where it extends to. I'm trying to speed this camera up. I'm going to move around like an idiot trying to test this. Like just barely, I think. Well, that ain't barely at all. Wow. Never mind then. Problem with all these lines is sometimes it's hard to tell which one's which. It's like way out here too. Nice. Well, let's fix that. Oh. I don't want to find it again, so I'll do that. And every time you click one of these box brushes, you just gotta wait. The more of them you get, the worse it gets. It's just an unfortunate truth. I'll slowly start turning them into static meshes. Part of the reason why I have is I keep moving things, so I don't 100% know where I want them to land at the very end. So, you know, I'm gonna have to put up with them a little longer, but they're so useful because I mean, you just get to make whole things that I actually haven't have any particular assets. Something like that. Possibly the Moonlit Garden might not be the next area you go to, though I don't know. I kind of want you to get the ability to go through the water there and then come back to this area, potentially. Would make the most sense. Might not like it all that dark. Let's see. Changes might need to be made. The game's already naturally very dark, so I should have checked this first. I don't know what I was thinking. My poor computer's just like, but why? Why would you do this? I don't know, computer. I really don't. Actually, not that much darker. I mean, it's dark, but it's not so dark that you can't really do anything with it. Pretty dark out that way. So I'm thinking the plan is just that will be the next area. You'll be able to enter it by simply jumping down through any of these. I was actually going to have the Moon Tower allow you to go into the other area too, and probably a safe section of it, which I'll get to later. The only problem with the safe section, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to pull this off, is I'm gonna have to have sections that aren't affected by that underwater post-process. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to probably just block off certain rooms. Like it's like, okay, only this section and this farther over is actually flooded, and this section's not. Or I guess I could have multiple post-processes. I don't know how the layout of the bottom area is going to be. I just know that there's one entrance right here. My oversized cards that don't fit in there yet. I'm going to make something that fits there. I think I had another entrance down there in one of these other ones, but I don't know. Yeah, there's one entrance there. And then everywhere in the water will be an entrance too. So this will probably lead to the safe zone down there. And then... yeah, I don't know after that. I don't know at all. I'm gonna check this here to see if it is really necessary, or if it's just so dark anyway that it doesn't matter. I think that's the case. Like, it's already so dark, it doesn't really matter that it's like that. I could probably tinge it, like, you know, a bit purple, and that's about it, just because it's like cursed or something. This was not planned for. I had no idea what was going to be below this section. Well, here's the hypothetical. You could raise this water up here. To the height of that floor, right? I mean, they're never going to see outside here anyway, for the most part, so I can kind of do a lot, get away with it. I actually designed an entire landscape, and then what happened is I discovered there was multiple layers, and half of it was on one, half was on another, so I ended up deleting one of the layers because it was getting ridiculous to try to update anything. And what happened was it looked like crap afterwards. Pretty cool, huh? We're gonna cheat. It needs to look good for like just this area, like no one's gonna have to really go anywhere else in it. What am I doing? Alright. Come here, little navigation crap. Nobody wants to see you every 5 seconds doing your navigation garbage. Like, that area is not even being navigated through. The navigation should be like right here in this room, and I think there's one way over there, or there was. But why changing the landscape over here affects that, I'll never know. But whatever. What we do is this here. Okay. Designing in the dark is perfect for the light stuff, but we're not doing that here. Yeah. Hurry up. There's a method to my madness, do not question. You'll see what I'm doing in a second, why I'm doing it this way. My mountain's nice and rugged. Very intentionally. Watch as this PC graph just chokes. Okay, this has to be done like this because there's a height difference between these two waters, so they need to be blockaded off. Or it could crash. Well, one moment, please. It's not a time with Unreal Engine until it's crashed at least 4 or 5 times. I find if it's going to crash, the landscape is one of the things most likely to crash it. So what's everyone doing? It's trying to load Unreal Engine on the other thing. I can't move the loading thing over, otherwise I would to show everyone. But oh well. Oh, it's back. It's back. Very exciting. Partially back. On the test level. I don't care about the test level, because the test level is only if I want to test out, you know, combat mechanics and the like. Which, you know, Right now I'm designing regular mechanics and outfitting the level the way it's supposed to be. We're waiting. This is so much faster when I'm not streaming it. My computer is only so beefy. It does have 2 graphics cards, so it's capable of doing this. It's just Kind of a struggle sometimes. Still trying to figure out what you're trying to do, Mike? Plan is? Just overall for the Herald Gem. As it was for the Herald Gem, obviously you just put Herald in. I mean, that's how it works, you know, just toss him in. Don't worry about it, just Herald's good. That reminds me. Because I was reminded by this here, I would like fetching water, this here. And then now I'll just be able to change this one later. Been changed on all of them. Herald is easy. That's probably true. Pretty much all the ladies are like, yep. Herald do be getting them. Oh, I thought you were working on the game. Like, you have your favorite waifu, give her a game. When in doubt, give waifu a game. Duh. What am I doing here? I can just check the height of that versus the height of the other. This is its height. Now they're at the same height. I'm making my life so much harder than it needs to be. Alright. I'm intentionally flooding this area, and I'll probably add a waterfall in because I'm a sucker for them. Gonna be doing some saving. We need more power. I should probably use PCG graph. Oh, once again, I hadn't deleted the navigation after. I didn't save after deleting navigation. Let me do that because you really don't want to edit things with navigation down. It's just bad. I'm actually tempted to not use their navigation because it's restricted to the ground. So if you want a navigation that can actually fly or something, they just can't. It doesn't understand. Well, as far as, you know, picking your favorite, Mike, you could just, you know, pick the one you could most likely get done. That turned out to be kind of weird looking. Doesn't really matter. Very strange how it came out like that, though, and they're split apart like that, but... do a quick flat, and that'll fix this. Sometimes the landscape likes to split in weird ways. When it does that, go ahead and just flatten it. Trust me, it'll work out. That PCG graph is annoying me. That smooth strength is way too strong, but that's okay. It didn't need to be that big of a deal anyway. And there's something weird about the ground there, like it's messed up. Once again, when you're dealing with the landscapes, flatten fixes things. For whatever reason, flatten fixes things. I mostly just want to lock away this stuff for the moment. Okay, I'm gonna delete the PCG graph. I know PCG graphs are this new great wonderful thing. They're like not memory efficient at all. They're actually the biggest drain you've ever seen, and nobody should actually use them in a legitimate game yet. Maybe someday when they work right. I just put them out there because they look kind of nice, but no joke, it goes from 60 FPS to 30 by just putting these PCG graphs out there. And if you actually use the thing where it turns them into a stamp that's permanent, the effect is even worse on your performance. They are so bad. Now, to the credit of Epic, the 5.4 does some things to improve upon it, but it's still considered a beta at that point. And if there's one thing I've learned about Unreal's betas, they can actually stop your game from being packaged. Like, legitimately. Like, there's a 3D text one, and if you happen to include that in your project at all, you can't package your project. It'll give you this weird error, and I had to spend so much time checking forums and Reddits to figure out what it was, and it turned out to be that. As soon as I turned it off, people were saying, yep, this causes it. Welcome to beta plugins. Alright. Go away, PCG graph. You too, go away. But I was like, I'm gonna mess with them. I'm gonna learn some stuff about them. It's pretty cool. Yeah, if it was memory efficient, it'd be awesome, but since it's not. And they cause crashes like crazy. Especially when dealing with the landscape. Like, you want to set your landscape up first. Don't mess with your landscape with them on top. Don't do it. We just saw what happens. It's bad. It's really bad. Don't do it. Mistakes were made. Oh yeah, we're doing that again, huh? But we're gonna flatten you anyway. Or smooth, actually. Just to fix the landscape, basically. Actually, we're gonna flatten to fix the landscape because you can see where it's just got that weird ridge. No matter what happens, this has to happen. It's gonna need to be higher up, deeper the water in. So let's do that. And then I'll restructure it from there. The player's not going to see past that point anyway, but I guess we'll do this just so I get an idea of where it needs to be. Okay. Now that we've done that, sometimes it just gets feisty. We don't question it. Actually, we'll hide it. We'll erode it. Not gonna erode it that hard. That's why. And this little section does not behave the same way as the others. You see how this one goes down like that, really? And this one, I'm sitting there trying to make it go down. It's not. Like I say, landscape can get weird. It'll behave funnily. It's just how it is. You just kind of move on and go, sure, whatever, buddy. Basically, I just need a ring that the player can see as they jump to their deaths. And then a logical explanation for why this is kind of in the way it connects to over here, and that's it. I don't need the rest of it. The whole front area you'll never see. Like, maybe a million years down the road, whenever I actually get far enough into the game that I can get like funding for it or something, we can talk. But otherwise, it's probably not happening. I don't need it. section behaves so weird. Okay, I just needed to jump up a bunch, and I'm gonna sit there and knock it back down. But I just kind of want it to randomly jump up. I'm actually okay with some of this section here. A little rougher, a little harder to see through it. But yeah, that's right, this section's weird. Sure. Really doesn't like those spikes here, does it? Make my life all hard. Okay, I can need to fix the spikes if I want. The player wouldn't even be able to see them probably, but whatever. Actually making it slightly worse. Nice. Don't worry, we have plans. Do a cheap fix there, whatever. Using a smooth with an uneven map, so it messes with it a bit, making it look a little better. But there's, like I said, a couple sections that seem almost damaged, which does happen. In a lot of cases, I actually recommend almost just kind of starting over and just, you know, intentionally smoothing it out and then just adding to it. Sometimes it just gets weird. Not too weird, bad, just weird. Yeah. Also noise if you want to. Noise is... I don't know how I feel about noise. It's okay. It's good if you just need random. That's basically what it does. Actually, I'm okay with that going down a bit. I mean, this is what the player is actually going to see. Obviously, I'm going to remove that piece of that building there, but they're going to see that, and it's going to be... I actually think that I might want the landscape to have gone a little farther in, and then it broke. Right? Would that be how the landscape make the most sense? Like, it literally was like a lake thing there, and it broke right around, say, here or something? Okay, I think I'm just getting a little too meta and weird like that. Like, I don't think it's going to matter that much. I don't think many people are going to sit there and go, oh, look, I wonder what happened. How did the water end up in here? They're going to just see that there's a lake right there for some reason. And no other explanation will be required. They'll be like, well, that's why water's in the place. Probably. Probably indeed. Tell me crazy, but I suspect that is why. I'm gonna redo this room so that there's no there's only windows. That these 3 windows are here. I thought I just had a nice long piece that was the right size. Nope. Sure. I guess I should try to be, you know, good about more organization or something. I'm actually fine with those windows placed where they're at. Yeah, go ahead and get rid of that. Make certain these are the exact same thing. There's still another PCG graphic. I'm just gonna get rid of that one too. We don't need PCG graphics. This one's still over here. I'm gonna actually just hand place everything in there later, because too much of the level needs to be especially designed so that it's an obstacle for Poppet. Natural growth isn't gonna cut it. I'm gonna have to like knock over trees and things like that too, and put weird crap in the way, so it's interesting. But there is going to be different because it's outdoors. Still within the bounds of this warehouse because it's there's a giant wall. It's still part of it, but it'll play out differently because it's, well, not as compacted as these rooms are. Box brushes take forever to move. Good news is I could just copy it down to here, so I don't have to worry about doing it a second time. Does it just fit? Is it like perfect already? No. Oh, the other end's way over there, okay. I can barely see the little thing you're moving in. Probably about like that. I think it's far enough over into this other wall that I can just slide it over. Be about to find out. Pretty close, actually. Yeah, it's almost there. Why is it so far in? Thought I copied the number. I did. Must just not be as wide. No. Apparently it just counts as being at a different location. Fair enough. This top part's just bugging me. Make sure I'm not selected, and I'll just add it to there. Boom, now they all do it. And while they're all selected, let's do 10 and 10. That did not do what I expected. Why? Oh, I see, because it didn't delete the previous one. There we go. Normally I have it set for my widescreen, the other monitor, but obviously when doing this I don't. This thing is just completely off of it. Like, I thought they would be exact same height because, you know, they're both second story things. I thought everything would be pretty similar, but it is not similar at all with the other one. The wall over here. Weird. Yeah, it just goes into the wall too. You could make it one giant wall and not worry about having to place multiple ones. Either way, these are going to go bye-bye. Doot, doot, doot. We don't need no stinking windows. It's possible I make like a portion of this area safe or something. I don't know. I'll leave some windows there for now. It's this thing there. When I designed this, I unfortunately saved it so it was off kilter by a bit. And what I could have recycled over and over, now I really can't, so I gotta do it manually, and it sucks. 0 out of 10, don't do it that way. Be more careful next time. Do it right the first time, I should say. Here you go. Imagine unironically doing it right the first time. Who does that? That's weird. Clearly people who've never done game dev. Box brushes are an abomination, but they're also amazing, so that's the problem. They're both amazing and crap at the same time. And I didn't really do too well with that. I probably should have ranked them both a little better than that. Of course, they aren't going to match because that's a pre-made thingy, and this isn't. Well, I made it a while ago. Mostly, I need to make certain that they stick out a tiny bit more. That should work. Now I know for probably the third or fourth area, I'll have an underwater section. I have no idea what's going to actually, this sticks out. No idea what's going to happen there, what Tarot actually unlocks that area, but do that. Make sure none of these are sticking through the wall. Okay. I think I'm going to visibility this here. Oh. And do that. Wrong landscape. That's huge. I like the idea of the little statue thing not being in the water. That's the only thing that's just weirding me out. I didn't like that it was just basically half in the water. I need to figure out who's you're fighting here because I want to put their name on the coffin. But it's basically between Snuggle Waffle and Voodoo. Voodoo was the original one there, but I just don't have a story for Voodoo. Or a finalized character design either, so that's kind of a problem. Got one of my favorite boards here because I'm too lazy to go to all the trouble to do this again. I mean, it's not that hard. I just literally drag a possessed item out and then change its mesh to whatever I want. What am I going to use though? I don't always want to use broken boards, I guess. I suppose I could. I was using this stuff here. Let's do the Sicca Mansion stuff, I guess. I do books. I do have a lot of books. Let's revert them all to the same size. Lock it, and then we'll do like 6 or... that might be too small. I kind of want the books to be pretty big. They have to act as platforms. Something like this. It'll all make sense soon. Not 100% certain Poppet can jump that. Probably can, though. Tweaking will happen. I copy paste a lot, don't mind me. I want to grab a these fine things. Yeah, I could scroll through my stuff to find it. I don't care. I could do that. I can do that too. I probably want a safe area to stand on before I force them to jump onto any kind of platform. Made this platform a while ago, then it can do a lot of things. It can base itself, like, move based on splines. It can, have a completed spline if it wants, so it just loops around this way. If it do it this way, then it would go to the end and then come back. Always moving means that it just literally just keeps moving the whole time. Otherwise, it'll wait for you to jump on it and then move. I just decided I would make a platform that kind of did everything, and you can change whatever you want this thing to by just changing the platform static mesh. So I'm gonna put a book instead. I'm gonna put stuff in the way too. I kind of want this to be a big pain. There'll be some kind of barrier here, and you'll have to get through it. Probably. Yeah, do I even have a fake wall? I do like having cardboard holes in walls too. Or do I just put furniture that's just floating in the dark? The furniture floating in the darkness almost doesn't even make sense. Versus a fake wall. Well, let's just grab a box brush and put holes in it. Huh. Oh, you know what I forgot? I had a Discord link, just in case someone actually wants to join it. Mistakes were made. Join our Discord, yay! Okay. If someone wants to hang out and chat some other time. Okay. There's a method to my madness on this one. Don't worry about it. It will make sense. I promise. Let's grab a different material for it. Let's do wood or something. Oh. Now it's all of them? Good. Oops. Can't see what it says, so I want to be 100% certain that is what it says. Oh, it makes it much thinner. I have to make it thinner. What just happened there? How did making that one thinner change something else? I'm gonna undo whatever that is. They were probably both selected, is my guess. Oh, of course. It had the lock on, so it would apply the same 10% to everything. The question is, which material do I like best? Am I just going to do that, or do I mean, this would be like her little area, so it would probably be something more interesting, maybe. Everything else has cardboard everywhere, so I wonder if I should use cardboard, but... Ah. Well, part of it is the cardboard maze, so... Oh, never mind. It's just right here where I was smoking. That does not work. Curious if that makes any big difference. Might be able to get away with that. Better if you just use one that tiles, though. I was hoping I could get away with the same thing, but I cannot. I just use the same boards that are everywhere in place. That's true. Anyway. Where's the materials? These actors vanished for some reason. says, I guess we can do a cylinder through it. Maybe more interesting. Attractive. And then I'll make it just like 2. Okay. The plan here is largely just figure out which one of those was the right one to move to get to the, it to be like 90 degrees, but I just ended up moving it anyway. So now I can put holes in this and add additional fun stuff for my player to do. In fact, I think I'm gonna run them through it all funny and weird. It's probably too high. She'll probably hit her head. What I want them to do is, have to come through here, find a platform here that they can jump onto that is stable, and then I'm going to have more possessed objects. But I don't want them to be able to just jump straight over. A very real problem. I'll probably have them come all the way over here, but I'm going to have this all the way on the other side, so they're going to have to come down this channel here of pain and suffering. I might have them even go low intentionally on this one. They need a resting point, basically, because these are already going to be a problem. Need to put a few more books over here. I'm sure these will get moved to like more ridiculous places later, but for now. Yeah, what's going to be my stable platform is the question. How about I just pile books really high and have them coming out of the darkness and don't even, like, they just don't get to question why it comes out of the darkness. Later on, you'll discover the books actually are piled all the way from the bottom up. I'll probably do that, actually. Rhyme and reason don't matter here anymore. We've evolved beyond that. That's true. I could literally just have crap that sticks up all the way from the ground on the first floor. Now that I'm considering this as a way to do things. Also, I don't believe that's necessary. I'm gonna set a couple of them so I remember to do this. Actually, we're just gonna copy the book pillar. We're just gonna group it. Awesome, Jay. Thanks for joining. I mean, I already welcomed you in there, but still, we always can use more people to chat. And he can help convince Mike to actually work on a project. We need all help we can get. It's a struggle. You don't want to know. It's... So we need more possessed stuff. Doing this. Oh no, I need two. I'm gonna have to remove some of these lights or Poppet won't be able to get her power back to use the Hierophant. I'm not sure if this even needs to be here, but I'm gonna assume it does for now. And that should be jumpable. Okay. So. Oh, did I? Nice. I can't actually see what's on the screen. Well, that's exciting. Who knew that actually, you know, streaming would get people to actually subscribe? Oh, apparently it's just nude times. Poppet doesn't even have an outfit. Well, Poppet's naked. Alright, well, good for her. No question. Oh, wait. Wait. Why aren't you moving? Oh, yeah. I forgot you gotta change that. 1 second. 1 second. I changed all these to complex because, you know, Poppet needs to be able to interact with them and, you know, it matters. It's very accurate, but in the case of a book, it probably doesn't. So just project default is fine. Let me show you the collision on this one here. Make certain it's good. That can be improved a little bit. It can definitely be improved. Collision. Auto convex. Do that, and it basically tightens the collision quite a bit. You won't get anything too incredibly detailed, but auto convex collision is very good. Okay. Now they play around all crazy. You can't make that jump, that's good. Apparently though, wait, why didn't she die? I mean, it's supposed to cover this whole area. Is there a thing where if that's working, it doesn't kill it? Gotta love all these word systems. You're dancing this, right? You know what might have happened? It didn't, it crashed after I put that in there and I hadn't saved. Almost certainly that's what happened. Okay, okay. Where's the Kill Pain Darkness 3? Yeah, okay, that little area. What is going on here? Oh, I see. The floor is not actually big enough. That sucks. That's my fault. There's two ways I could fix this. I could just drag it all over and then realign all these, or I can add a bunch to one side. Like a pro. Or supposedly add them. Ain't gonna work. Or not. Maybe it won't add them. Sometimes it gets finicky and it doesn't want to do it. Like the landscapes have the most problems of anything you'll find. They are not. They just have a lot of problems. They don't work right most of the time, from what I can tell. They're neat when they work, though. But you'll see it doesn't even have a thing now. Why? Eh. Alright, well, I guess we're moving it over. That sucks. I don't want to move it over. Alright, well, it's my fault. Not bad. Here I just erased a bunch on that side too. I guess I gotta bring that back, huh? There we go. Far enough over? Should be fine. I should be fine. I mean, look at it. It's all the way off the thing. Not fine at all. All I care about is it goes into this one spot. Just fine. Like, I don't want it to have any problems there. And then I just redo these little bits here. Dumb mistakes are wonderful and all that. Okay. It just means some of these areas are going to need to be fixed, that's all. Because I don't want that to be a place where you would fall through. And now that I have an underground area, maybe I do want to be able to fall through there potentially. I don't know. I gotta flatten it too. Has it bent the ground down? Cool. Good, clean, wholesome fun for the entire family. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna visibility away a bunch of this. This is where I wish the wall was slightly thicker, but that comes with its own problems. That's interesting to note. The walls are apparently kind of high up off there. Because I lowered the landscape over there. Or put holes in it. That isn't gonna work. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bend it down. And then at the top here, we're gonna flatten so that it stays high enough. I might also just add something down at the bottom too. That's also potentially an option. Actually, you know what? Maybe that's just better. Is it? It's gonna be hard to get that to be completely accurate with where the floor is. Might be a combination of both too, potentially, I don't know. My biggest concern is Poppet can walk on so much. It's just when you think it's all good, Poppet can go, yep, I can just walk right on that. Bypass your entire game. Ha ha ha. It do be like that sometimes. Technically, where these two areas meet, I don't actually have to worry about a floor at all, but there's a building right there anyway. Whatever the case, I'll figure it out. Mostly just a little bit of tweaking to make it look good. A little better. Sure. Oh, there's one back here too. They're everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta move. Actually, it doesn't need to be moved at all. The floor needs to be removed, that's all. Fair enough. Oops. I get the sneaking suspicion Poppet can jump down there and use that. Almost like I'm child-proofing the thing. It's a really unruly child who just gets into literally everything. That's how I do the player at this point, an unruly child. Wants things their way. Will do everything they can to break my game. Gotta do what I can to stop them. I realize I've been standing for a couple hours and, you know, time to adjust the desk and maybe sit for a little while. Or wear my comfortable footwear, because I was wearing sandals and, they're great and all, I love my sandals, but they're not that great for just standing in one spot for like 2.5 hours, or 2 hours and 22 minutes, I think is the actual stream time so far. Huh. There might be more secret areas under there potentially. I'll probably add in a bunch of things to say as new abilities come into existence, because right now, you know, I don't even know what I'm going to be having for most of these things. The demo, though, I'm going to kind of limit how many things are actually in this first area, like how many secrets that involve things that wouldn't be in the demo. I might have 0, actually. Because it's not very fun to, for people to not be able to find, get it in the, not be able to access areas in the demo. So I really don't want that to be a thing. Let's not include this. Let's not and say we did. I still gotta add in the kill zone too, so that it actually acts as death trap. Kind of sticks out a bit this way. I'll have to delete that too, but I don't care. I'll figure it out. In the case of this, I actually deleted a bunch earlier, so I can just add it back. I almost advocate making the landscapes intentionally too large and going from there. Well, this room I don't even care if it's a thing. Because you can always delete it, but adding it's not always so easy. Like sometimes it happily lets you add it, other times it just is not. There's not a lot you can do about it either. It just seems to be whatever it feels like. I just went to all the trouble to move that statue, thank you. Well, you know what? These statues will be closer. Honestly, they're kind of off kilter anyway. Originally, I was going to have these, you know, coffins be more like, you know, crystal-like or something like that, or so like they almost like or glass or something, so you could see the body inside. Then I realized I would have to design the character for each and every one of them, and I don't want to do that. Don't get me wrong, I actually do have human versions of a lot of the doll characters, or at least a lot of the girls, but not all of them. Then I got to add them to the game too, and that makes them potentially cost me money for a non-playable character. Like, no thank you. I don't think I need to do that to myself. I'll put their names on there for each of the girls, you know, everyone is in the coffin. One's either going to be Madeline or Hazel, I haven't decided. It'll just come down to whichever one is more game ready. Oops. This room's not supposed to have anything weird in it, so let's fix that. This one too. Actually just missing a bunch, so I'll just revisitability it. Landscapes are so neat when they work. Like, they make so many things possible that it's just would cost a fortune if you had to actually create static meshes that look like this stuff. I don't know about this whole having two of them thing, though. That's probably a bad idea. God help you if you have 5 of them like I previously had, where each of the warehouse was literally just stacked on top of each other when there was just 5 different layers of landscapes. It seemed to work fine until it didn't. As is the case with so much game dev stuff, it works fine until it doesn't. It works very badly when it doesn't. Okay, so I think I've fixed everything that was caused by my stupidity in placing the initial landscape, except for this. I haven't fixed this watering yet completely, but still, we're getting there. Now I have to have the kill zone back too. I like that this bottom area now is just a giant pile of garbage stacked up really tall. It's awesome. I almost hate hearing this track because it reminds me of the RM game and just standing in the weird little levels there, or and the area between levels. So I think it's the game itself, and it's not. It's true with all the tracks. Actually, what's visibility of that out? Also have to make slightly bigger walls to cover all this crap. It should be fine. It's standing on something. I don't have to make a giant pillar of whatever. Okay. The last thing I need to do is fix this one section here. Actually, that works fine. Notice this book was kind of a little high up. Means this one's probably a little higher than it needs to be, then this one's a little higher than it needs to be. I am jumping on a keyboard, so it does kind of make it a little harder than I want it to be. Oh, the kill zone. Oh wait, there's actually one more little water area. Huh. Oh, it's fine. What's the size of this? Never mind, it's not the full size, is it? But I'm all looking at this funny. It's the shadow from the book. I'm just saying. Okay. You know, the Hierophant to get through here. I kind of want the Magician as a puzzle in here too, but we'll see. Make it really hard on them because they have to carry like blocks with the Magician and use the Hierophant. Oh, I don't know. It's not set up very well to use two of the tarots at the same time. That might need to be changed in the future. That didn't work so hot. Oh no. Pew. I suck at platforming on my keyboard, by the way. My little secret. It's actually very difficult. Apparently the game feel is not as good as I want it to be at all. I'm tweaking with that a bit to make it seem a little better. It's weird that it does that. Got a weird rotating thing. I wonder if I can change that so it doesn't do that. There's kind of a problem here. She's running out of the curse thingy here too, so... There's too much light. You need the dark zone here so she can get her thing back so she can actually get back without having to kill herself. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's an option to kill herself right here. And I'm still going to put messages suggesting that they do. And one of the tarot cards will be sitting here as well. And it's going to give double jump. It's happening. I don't know which one, though, would be the most likely to give double jump, though. That's the challenge to figure out. Alright. But what gives double jump? What's even left? Drag this on over here, my game design doc. Every time I keep moving things around because I keep adding more stuff above it, and it's causing me to have to go move down there. The Fool's already being used. There is an argument I'm having of having the weapons be not tarot cards. So I can give out more abilities and make the tarot cards not necessarily all that important. More like now, well, not important, but I mean, I can make them not have like weird abilities. Like some of them will just have like more specific abilities instead of having multiple attacks and things like the Fool does. And the Magician having its own things too, so I don't know. I have the High Priestess left, the Empress, the Emperor. The Hierophant we now have an ability for. The Lovers can't be used because it has a different purpose. Chariot. I want Chariot to summon some kind of a vehicle or a thing that lets you fly or something. But it just seems like it'd be really cool. And almost a waste to use it on double jump. So, I don't know how I feel about that. Strength allowing double jump? Oof. I don't know. Hermit kind of allows a little teleport ability, I guess, to keep you away from enemies, and the enemies ignore you. I'm probably going to change that because I don't like it. Wheel of Fortune lets you rotate some things. I could get really weird and meta and have like a rope that appears around Poppet and yanks her up whenever she uses the hanged man. So basically lets her double jump with that. That's at least kind of funny. A little morbid if I make it like around her neck or something, but technically this hanged man is hung by the foot, not the neck. Maybe I do that. Temperance I have for allowing you to slow down the environment later on. Devil uses fire magic. Tower is currently a force field, but I'm going to change that because I don't like that at all. Star should be some sort of healing thing. The moon reveals illusions. The sun creates light that moves with you, preventing the curse from hurting you. Judgment, I kind of wanted it to actually be fire electricity that turns on and off like electrical things, or temporarily turns them on. And the world is, you know, reserved for being the penultimate tarot. And what unlocks the final area of the game. Maybe the hanged man. Sure, why not? Hanged man it is. It might get changed. As long as I code it in, it doesn't super matter. I can easily just do a couple tweaks and it's fine. Do. I'm just going to close half of these. Okay. I'm going to just grab some code so I can cheat because I'm lazy. I don't have a very good system set up for passives yet, do I? Custom event. I have the thing that auto sizes windows on. Plugin that's free on the Unreal Marketplace. I don't remember what it's called though. Let's see, Tarot 12, the Hanged Man. And then self dumps. Let me double check here that I had a variable for it, so I'll make sure it's not the right same thing here. Oh. Jump max count. The jump max count. Guess I don't have to do special for it. I don't need to do self or anything. Makes sense. So the way we're going to do the Hanged Man is that it falls into the item collection thingy here. It just adds it. And then I guess I could hard code each one having their own thing there, but I kind of want a thing that says is passive and then just goes to another string. Actually, switch on string. This is how I'm gonna do my passives. So it adds that there, and then for the ones that have a passive, I'm gonna just write it in here. I guess I could put one for every tarot just in case so I don't have to reorder them later. I don't hate that. Actually, the 11th one would actually be that, right? Because 0. No, not going to be like that. Hanged Man. It'll call the function, setting the jumps to that. I guess it doesn't need to check see if you even have it at that point. Does it? Oh, I know why, because I put nothing there. Fine. It's actually faster to do it this way. But is it? Clear them all. I forgot that it gets testy. All because I didn't want to enter in every single thing. Okay, let's put a Hanged Man out here. To start with, it's just going to do a crappy double jump. I'm being lazy. The Hanged Man. It's even funnier because it's right in front of the window where you can kill yourself. So, you know, I'm just saying. Tell me that isn't some fun, dark humor. Time for a bio break after this test here. You only jump once, seems fair. Hit that. Still only jump once. Alright. Well, I'm gonna test that in a second. I'm gonna take a quick bio break. I'll be right back. Alright, I return. Turns out that, yeah, I drank a lot of tea before I started streaming, and yeah. The tea was winning the fight. So this should actually just be that. Really certain it's actually giving the right item. Also, I'm going to go back to the actual hanged man thingy here. It doesn't need to check if I have the hanged man, if it just gives you a passive. I'll just... I guess if I change it later, it does. Whatever. We'll see what happens. We'll see where the mistake is. We waiting? We launching? Thought I clicked it like twice, but apparently I just didn't click it. I mean, I thought I clicked it. It looked like I clicked it. I guess I did not. Alright, well... It loaded before I even saw it. I have no idea if I actually... what it said. If that's the case, About 30 seconds, so I have time to look. I'm even all that tired tonight, and I'm just kind of enjoying what I'm doing, so yeah. At once, sure. Oh. Hero 5, the Hanged Man. Well, well, well. I see where the mistake is. It's this dumb little bit right here. It's that. The name has to be perfect. This is why we use print string. Print string is wonderful. All right then. Woohoo, it works. That's how you get a passive now. This will be all kinds of stupid. Then getting back will be a lot easier. She has double jump, so it's like, okay. Probably still need the Hierophant to get through here, though. Save a lot of time, though. Well, that makes getting back so much better. Okay, so we need to remove one of these lights, too, because she has to be able to gain her power back. Probably this one, honestly. Instead of having those, maybe I just have the little, like, desk lamps. Why are these hovering? Oh, I only need one. That's right, because she needs a way to gain her power back, so it has to have nothing. I might remove this light on the other side here too. Because that stuff provides light, but it's not helpful light. It's just like possession lights. They kind of give you an idea where things are at. I do kind of want to cut down on some of these lights though, but the problem is the lights from the other side of the wall still affect this area. So maybe I want the lights on the inside? Maybe I don't want a bunch of lights? Maybe I don't. I'm not sure I'm doing this room yet either. Huh. Well, I'm pretty certain I want to ditch at least one of these lights. So... Poor computer's just like, why do you do this to me? It's out of love. Trust me. Well, we're getting rid of that. There's not a lot of light in here, so I need like a light probably in the corner, a small light. That's true. But she does need a lot of darkness in order for her abilities to work. Oh, that was dumb. These aren't too bad to jump on. Better on the boards. Of course, I just jumped over it. Keyboards are not very good for platforming. Just gonna say it. I also need to lock her in place when she casts that, so I need to make a default cast for all of them that locks her in place while she's casting. Actually, but if she's in the air, I don't want that to happen. I don't want her to get locked, so... Platform, hurry up. Actually, I'm buying a light enough. Oh, that's good. As long as I buy the light enough. So I can wait, because sometimes these platforms take a long time. I tried to walk off into it. Apparently the walking off has enough momentum that you throw yourself. Now I know. I need to work on the actual quality of the movement, I think. Like, it doesn't quite feel right. I'm not sure how to fix that either. Like, I've reduced the amount of air control. She had so much air control earlier, it was just played weird. She's almost like a helicopter. You usually look down, she'll go back and forth all over the place and land exactly where you want. And it's like, this is strange. This should not be how physics works. So she can get her power back, that's important. Gets up there. Can only jump once at a time. Gets the hanged man. Now double jump. I'll probably have an animation for the second jump, but for now. You're armed with double jump, it's much easier to get back. And by much easier, I mean I just fell. Okay, technically she would respawn back to where she was, so the smart way would actually be to just kill yourself intentionally if there's no penalty. I'm not sure what the penalty will be for, you know, falling into the pit. I kind of want a bit of a light over here. This room's important because it's a throwback to the old RPG Maker version of the game. So I want to put the in-joke here. So at some point there needs to be one of Tinka's paintings so she can talk to you and try to talk you out of killing yourself, which is what happens if you jump out. Because you're no longer affected by the curse, so you're just basically a lifeless doll out here, and that's the end of that. And I'm going to put all these signs saying that, and that's why double jump is here. Because if you're going out, go out in style. I want to tempt them with a bad ending. All they gotta do is get all the way over here and they get their first option at an ending. There's gonna be 4 endings, so the other ones will take significantly longer to get. The 2 of them being not so bad, and then one being the actual real ending that's much harder to get. But a throwback to the first game, or the first version of the game from that old game jam. Yeah, necessary. So let's see. Dun, 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 dun. I guess I'll leave this just in case I make some weird changes. Let's make a note that this is in fact double jump. I mean, it's a Metroidvania. I gotta give them double jump at some point, right? Like right before I send them outside into the Moonlit Garden, so they'll have... Actually, they'll still be a boss at this point, so... That means in these, like, after rooms after this room, I can actually make things higher intentionally. This room can be much worse. I guess it depends on the order. Where is the order of these rooms? I mean, obviously hallway 2 happens. And this happens beforehand. This happens after. This happens almost last. So it's just a question of these 3 rooms. What order happens in there? Because, well, this room gives you the key to the boss room, so this has to be there. I don't know what to do with this room yet. So, by that standard, I could probably make either of these 2 double jumps, or maybe I'll do that. Maybe this room will be the first one. You'll have the key for it, and then you'll get that, and then from there you can get the other keys. I think I'll actually give the key out before that, though, right? Let me ungroup this. Get the door here. We'll call this the washroom key. Where is the washroom key going? Let's grab one of the keys that's already out, and that'll just duplicate it. Let's grab one of the keys that doesn't look like crap. I have a better version of the keys, and I keep slowly adding them in, but I've not added enough of them yet. I made this change a while ago. I had a key first, I have this key now. It is much better. So the washroom key will be, like, I'll let you go in earlier than you're supposed to. But I'll block it so you can't get over stuff. Which means it can't be in this room. I don't really want it in this room because there's already one key in that room. This doesn't have to be a secret room. These 3 rooms, I just don't know what to do with them. I put Fight Club over here so we wouldn't talk about that room. Very important. Secret room 2 is just, I don't know what to do with it yet either. It's possible this should be a bigger room. So I don't know, this is height weight the Hierophant, and it's a thing to do that. Oh, there should be a key here for the Hierophant. I'm going to put one key up here no matter what. I'm going to go through all this room in order to get the key to unlock something. Well, what? What? I need to name this room too, because the key has to have a... Right now it's just Secret Room 1 key, and that's not where it gets up here. Yeah, Secret Room 1 key is not a very good name. I'll come up with a name for it eventually. There's lots of keys in this game. All the doors are locked for the most part. So you'll need a key to stop any of them, really. I mean, that area is not locked very much, but... Can't be in Charlotte's bedroom, because that's the last room to go to before you decide to leave. Because you'll exit through there and then go back through here to leave out into the Moonlit Garden. And presumably this is where you'll probably have some story, honestly. There's not going to be too many story rooms because it is a Metroidvania, but I'll probably hide various things around there for people to learn about stuff and the all-important key to the next area. Which, that reminds me. That means there should be a key in this area. I'll put the key right on her desk. Moonlit Garden key. Just to double check, I did name the door Moonlit Garden, right? East Wing Garden key? Nah. I want them to know they have to go to the Moonlit Garden. It should be blatantly obvious because, you know, it'll be one of the few doors that's still locked. That door and this door will be the 3 locked doors that proceed to other areas, and 2 of them aren't openable in the demo. So, actually, to be fair, I don't even know if I'm going to let the Moonlit Garden be open in the demo, but you'll at least get to look at it. You'll probably open the door, step out here, and it'll play the whatever the rest of the demo is to try to convince them they should buy it or support it or whatever. Even though I already have a lot of the events planned for that area, including a giant ship in a bottle, because pirate ship in a bottle is very important. I'm actually going to have the boss be stuck in a bottle, and you'll have to free the boss. And then from that point on, the boss is going to sail around this place, and you'll have to try to fight her. She's like a little pirate chick. Basically, all the bosses are like these 5 princesses that have all been kidnapped, and their souls have been stuck into dolls, and they're necessary for a ritual to resurrect the ghost who lives here. And the toy maker's using them a lot, and you have to stop him. And, you know, you can collect up their souls to do with as you please. Nothing ominous could ever happen with that. Oh, I'm going to give the escape key in this room because I want them to go there. So let's ungroup this because I can't click the door to type escape key. Oh, the escape. And I guess it'll just live in this room. I don't know where yet. Maybe on top of this building. I have no idea. It can sit here. Escape key. All the doors are just rigged to check for if the variable that has all the variable with all the keys in it, if it's there or not. If it is, it just opens. I already named this one, right? Slow this down a bit so I don't jump around like a crazy person. Much as I find jumping around like a crazy person exciting, yeah, sometimes it's kind of tedious. Oh, I forgot how far off the pivot point is on that. When you use stuff from Daz in this, it has so many problems. I mean, Daz allows for some amazing custom stuff, but it really comes down to when do I want this room to be open? And this one too. Like, if I open this hallway, it's pretty much assumed that I should probably have, you know, a key to one of these other doors available. Like, if there's no other key, it's kind of, what's the point? I don't have a name for this, but I'll probably give it a name here while I'm thinking about it. We'll give it the secret hallway. My clever naming system. Ritual key. There's already another door to that room, so it's the ritual key, so let's make it simple. There's a button to just make it open. If I want, I can just leave it forced open. I guess not everything needs a key. The other option is to make some of these rooms bigger. Would I like to make a room bigger? Like, instead of having this hallway here, what if I just had this be one giant room here? And then maybe if I want, I can have a door in between. Also, there doesn't necessarily need to be this ritual door, though it would be kind of nice to be able to lead that room through a different direction. But the problem with that is after you beat the ritual room, you're supposed to go over to this room. So there's no real reason to go this way other than a secret. Potentially I could unlock the Fight Club room. Not gonna be called Fight Club room. I just don't know what to call it. I get bored. So we do that. We unlock the Fight Club room here, and then like there's some sort of treasure in here. I mean, I've already given out 4 tarot cards. There's only 22 tarot cards. So if I give out all of them quickly, it's kind of a problem. I mean, I can give a 5th tarot card, but what? I think I have enough things that power up the things. Like you'll collect these little jewels, and the jewels will actually allow you to power up the tarot cards. It's not a bad idea. Ah. Sure. I mean, I guess I need I do need a gold thing. There, info. There we go. What's gonna serve as the money? Let you power things up, or just people can buy them off you? Or do I want them to be 2 separate things? We'll call this orbs for now. I'll probably have 2 separate temporarily, and I'll decide if I want to change that later. It'll be an integer because it's just a whole number. It's fine. And you know, let's actually let's just duplicate. What are we doing? Gold. I could use crystal balls for that. I kind of want something small. Because the crystal balls show memories, or like, you know, important event things like that, so information. Ah. Let me look at my assets and see what I want to use here for this. I don't know. Kind of lost in my thoughts on what I want to use for this. I don't even know. I probably have something that'll act as treasure, though. All the dolls collecting something shiny would be a thing. Also, the dolls collecting other, like, doll parts is an idea I've thought about, too. Where did I put it? I wonder if Dungeon has something like that. I could. Props? No. Not even sure if I'm gonna use this dungeon crap, to be honest. I guess there's candles, that's why I was using it for it, right? No. Candles are kind of nice, though. But I already have candles, so I don't know if I care. Dreamscape's not gonna have what I want necessarily. Well, maybe it does, actually. Dreamscape Tower might. Most of this stuff doesn't look very good anyway, so I don't even know I'm using it. Because it's too low poly. Just has some okay looking trees. There was nothing in Daz that I had pulled over, I don't think. Complete RPG might have something. Ah. Like it's missing 90% of it anyway. Ancient treasures, that's a good one. What can we use that looks like it'd be a fun collectible that people would go after? I mean, something simple for just what amounts to their goal. This is a coin right there. Coin will probably be just fine. Probably tone down the interface a bit too. I could just use a gem as an upgrade thing, and a gold is a thing like that. That's fine, right? I don't hate that idea. I do kind of like blue gems. They have a more of a mystical feel than a lot of colors. Red and green ones usually just feel like money. Diamonds are fine, but again, like I think the blue ones really do have the best mystic feel. Definitely like I recolor them all. Is there something better amongst all this crap? Rings, Technically, I could replace Poppet's box with this more treasure box type of a thingy. But I like the box she has anyway. It has a nice, fun feel to it. So that's not a bad idea. My connection's been excellent the last few days. Awesome. I feel like I should get some food. I work my long days and then I come to this for funsies. I really enjoy it, but after enough hours of work and then doing this, it's not as easy as I'd hoped. Alright, so let's make a new collectible here. Let's see what the actual collectible parent is. Parent static mesh, okay. Coin. I called it orbs on her thing, just so I get the name the same. Not really orbs though. I kind of want something that fits the whole theme of the fortune teller thing. I really do. But I really don't think of it there's anything that actually does that. Like, they look cool. But what does that really have to do with fortune tellers? Really? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. It'll be my placeholder until something else comes along, I guess. I'm gonna rename it to Gems on Poppet though, just to keep the names the same. Gems. Coins. Gem. So, call it a gem. And a coin. Well, actually, gems or coins is fine. It can actually be plural. It doesn't really matter. Sure. And then on the collectible itself, we're just going to swap the static mesh with the gem I want right now to get it over with. I can customize it, but no need necessarily. Oh, I see. The construction script changes it. On the parent, I'm just gonna remove it. Wait a minute. Oh, because new mesh has a default. I forgot new mesh is actually what changes it anyway. Where's new mesh at? Sure. And then all I really need to do is change the variable. I don't do anything special on this at all. I'm just making this in case I want to make some changes later. Just +1. And then let's go to her inventory here. Oh, actually, I'm gonna remove this here. I'm also gonna open this up so I don't have to find it later. Let's change your HUD up here. Where was the HUD? Blah, 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 blah. Why? These ones weren't even set up yet. I'm not sure I want 6. I'm going to change this HUD big time. I don't like it as it is. But I guess I'll do this the quick what am I going to do here? What do I have for interfaces for this here? Oh, I'm gonna browse some stuff on my computer real fast. You know what? I'm just going to code it first, and then I'll worry about it later. So Text block here. Gems. Nothing special, just make it easy. Gems text. Gem amount. I'm gonna check the rest of this here real fast because I think I already had something set up here. I was just casting the BP Poppet outright, huh? I don't know if I like that, but I'll make it better later. Wait, what? Oh, I see. I just hadn't added the number to Poppet yet. Push Q so it's all nice and lined up. Beautiful. I'm not stream for another half an hour, and then I'll probably call it. It'll be like 4 hours or something. Especially with no one currently watching. I'm just enjoying working on the game and getting a lot done, so that is nice, but I also recognize that if I stream all the time, what'll happen is I will probably burn out because my regular job plus this will be a lot of hours a day. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of like to kick back periodically. Maybe enjoy my day a little bit. So I do enjoy doing this quite a bit, so I don't even know. Like, a lot of times I do this just for funsies. I think a lot of it is if I could stop and get food and then come back to it, I probably would. Actually, I'm just going to duplicate this. Oh, that's right. Let's tack it to the bottom. These are still getting replaced by something better in a bit. And amount. Gotta love ugly placeholders. Don't get much more ugly than these. Can we just hear this? Eh. Sure. Incredibly complicated way of setting this up. Not complicated at all, it's stupidly easy. Making it pretty is more complicated, but I'm okay with it being a bit ugly for now. Okay. And we have those. And now we're going to make it rain. Grab one of my spawn stuff thingies. Let's make the coins work too while we're at it. Variable amount will be 1. Let me check Poppet here so I get the names correct. Put the same twice, huh? Fair enough. Coins. Gems. Okay. Now on Poppet, get gems. Okay, I don't want this being weird, but sure. Increment. Alright, so we have that going, and then I should be able to just dump these out here and instead make a coin one. Nice. And both of those should be available. I'm tired here. Where's the gem one? Oh, I think I moved it and didn't duplicate it. Where did I go? You know how much more exciting this game is? Of course, they're collecting too many times. That does it twice. Alright, well, that's probably a good sign that my computer's finally asking a bit much, huh? Well, on that note, I think I'll call it. I'll figure out the bug with that later, but apparently things have been going so long that my computer's graphics card is being overloaded and crashing, so it's probably a good time to say goodnight. So, everyone watching, and anyone who watches in the future, thanks for being here, and I'll be back pretty much around the same time tomorrow. Just working on my game, so if you get bored, drop on by. Catch you later.